Hey guys, Nintendrew here. Just over a year ago, I uploaded a video about Nintendo's DS download station service and showcased my collection of download station cartridges. This was when my set was about 2/3 complete, and since then I'm happy to say I've finished this part of my collection, so I figured it was about time to revisit the topic. In this video, we'll briefly recap the history of the download service, I'll answer some of your questions about the cartridges themselves, and we'll take a look at some of the coolest demos available, including some unreleased beta content. So, let's check it out. Alright, so just a quick recap to refresh your memory. The DS download station service ran from 2006 to 2011 and allowed players who visited local stores like Target, GameStop, or Best Buy to bring in their system and download temporary demos for upcoming games. The way this worked is that each store received a download station cartridge, which would be used in an otherwise standard DS console kept under lock and key behind the store counter. The console would then actively broadcast and distribute a current set of demos and videos to any other DS systems in range through the download play feature. Altogether, this set includes 19 cartridges which were distributed throughout North America. I will also briefly mention there was a separate set of 8 volumes released exclusively in Europe, but this video will be focusing on my US collection. So one of the most common questions I got from you guys was what happens if you try to use a download station cartridge with a different model of DS, like the DSi or 3DS? Let's try it. As you can see, after selecting the title from the main menu, it seems to boot and distribute demos just as well as with the original model. Another common question was, what about the opposite? Can a 3DS or DSi download the demos in the same way? And I'm happy to say, the download station cartridges seem to work in any configuration of models, whether distributing or downloading. Alright, let's look at some of the coolest content included on these carts. For those of you who might be interested in collecting some of these obscure demos, I've picked out 4 of my favorite volumes to showcase for this video. So first up, we're starting at the very beginning with volume number 1. And the reason I picked this was not only because it is the first volume in the set, but also because it has a really cool demo of Mario Kart DS. If you played Mario Kart DS during its heyday, you might remember that the game offered a single kart download mode where multiple players could join a match with just one copy of the game. The only limitation being that those players who did not have the full version of the game wouldn't be able to select their character. Instead, they were assigned to play as a Shy Guy. The Shy Guy character is notably otherwise absent from the main game and cannot be chosen from the normal Racer Select screen, making him exclusive to this download play mode. Well, almost. The download station demo of Mario Kart DS also uses this character, locking you in as Mario and putting you up against 7 Shy Guy opponents. There's not a whole lot of depth here, and the preview basically just loops between the Figure 8 circuit and the classic Super Nintendo Mario circuit. But as a teenager, I remember running through these tracks countless times until I was able to get my hands on the full game. This volume also offers playable demos of Brain Age, Pokemon Troze, True Swing Golf, Tetris DS, and Meteos, as well as an exclusive trailer for Metroid Prime Hunters. Okay, next up I've picked out Download Station Volume 5, because this one actually has a demo of one of my favorite DS games, Hotel Dusk Room 215. If you're unfamiliar with the game, Hotel Dusk is kind of like a cross between a visual novel and a point-and-click adventure with a film noir feel. The best parallel I could draw from the mainstream would probably be something like a more story-focused LA Noire. This demo version leads you through the first interaction with one of the main characters of the game and introduces the interrogation mechanics used throughout the story. This volume is also home to demos for Diddy Kong Racing, Lost in Blue 2, and another personal favorite of mine, the DS rhythm game Elite Beat Agents. Not quite as obscure as some of the other demos here, but certainly a classic hit for the platform. Okay, next up I've got Volume 9, and this is where we're getting into some of that unreleased beta content I mentioned. If you happen to catch my earlier videos on lost Nintendo games, you might remember the story of Gauntlet Ds. This game was intended to be a handheld iteration of the classic hack-and-slash series. Unfortunately, it was quietly pushed aside and never saw an official release due to publisher issues. However, because the game was so close to being finished before cancellation, it was already being advertised in major publications and had its own playable DS download station demo. To this day, Volume 9 of the DS download station cartridge set is the only official and legitimate method of experiencing this ill-fated title's gameplay. Pretty cool. In addition to Gauntlet, this volume offers demos for numerous other games of the era, including Crosswords DS, Flash Focus, Iron Man, Kung Fu Panda, and Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword. And finally, I've got Download Station Volume 14. This one's actually pretty interesting because it's got some special downloadable content. You heard right, there were actually a couple Download Station volumes that offered in-game content for retail titles. This volume in particular has a few special gift items for Fossil Fighters, a turn-based RPG in the vein of Pokemon, which sees players resurrecting dinosaurs from excavation sites for use in battle. Connecting to the download station with Fossil Fighters inserted in your DS console will give you the option of downloading the Air, Earth, and Fire gift fossil items. This particular volume also includes a character unlock for the title The Secret Saturdays Beasts of the Fifth Sun, as well as playable demos for 10 other games, including Rhythm Heaven, another one of my favorites. Other volumes with downloadable content include Volume 10 with special items for Mega Man Star Force 2, Volume 13 with unlocks for Mega Man Star Force 3, and Volume 15 with 2 more gift fossils for Fossil Fighters. Okay guys, that's about it. I hope you've enjoyed this look back at my DS download station collection. If you have any more questions for me about the cartridges, feel free to leave them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please do consider subscribing to Nintendrew for all sorts of cool gaming content, and make sure to share it with any friends who might find it interesting. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey guys, thanks again for checking out the video and for making it all the way to the end. Hope you enjoyed. As always, I've got links to all my social media in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, that sort of thing. And if you'd like to help out even more, I've got a link to my Patreon on the right side of your screen. Otherwise, I hope you'll look out for the next video. Take care.